In the midst of a nighttime storm, when lightning tore through the sky over San Francisco, Carolina heard a cry from the street. Peeking out the window, she saw Luisa, her new neighbor across the way, struggling against the wind that had ripped her front door off its hinges. Rain poured like a torrent, and Carolina, without a second thought, rushed to help. Her heart pounded with adrenaline as she, soaked to the bone, grabbed the edge of the door. "Hold on tight," she shouted, and together they dragged it inside. Luisa, with hair plastered to her face, looked at her with gratitude. "You saved me." "I'm Luisa, just moved in." Carolina nodded, shaking water from her jacket. She had lived here her whole life in a house echoing with memories of parents she'd lost too soon. Her job at a small art gallery offered solitude, but loneliness washed over her at night. Luisa, as it turned out, had fled Los Angeles after a breakup with her fiancé. She was a freelance illustrator working from home, and her smile glowed even in that stormy night. From that day, their encounters grew frequent yet serendipitous. Carolina noticed Luisa watering flowers on her porch and waved. One day, as Carolina hauled heavy canvases for an exhibit, Luisa ran out to help. "Let me take a couple, then come in for tea," she offered. Carolina agreed, and they sat until dawn, discussing art and dreams. Luisa loved surrealism, Carolina impressionism. Their laughter filled Luisa's cozy living room, scented with fresh paint. But beneath the friendship lurked drama. Carolina hid her attraction to women, fearing judgment in the city's more conservative corners. Friends joked about her eternal independence, and she smiled, masking the pain. Luisa, meanwhile, wrestled with scars from her past. Her ex had left her with guilt. "Men are just chaos," she said one night over wine. Carolina nodded, but inside, something stirred. What if not men? Their bond deepened. They strolled the street, sharing stories. Luisa told of drawing comics as a child, only for life to steer her into commercial work. Carolina shared how art became her refuge after losing her parents. One evening, during a walk, Luisa slipped on a wet sidewalk, and Carolina caught her. Their hands lingered longer than necessary, and the air crackled between them. Carolina pulled back, muttering apologies, but Luisa's gaze shifted, warm and questioning. Crisis struck suddenly. Carolina's gallery was closing. The owner had sold the building. She sat on her porch, staring into nothingness, when Luisa approached. "What's wrong?" she asked, sitting beside her. Carolina broke down, spilling her fears. Luisa hugged her, and the world narrowed to their breathing. "You're not alone," she whispered. "I'm here." Carolina looked up, her hidden truth reflected in her eyes. Luisa froze, understanding dawning. "Carolina," she began, but words faded. They gazed at each other, hearts beating as one. Slowly, Luisa leaned closer. Their lips met in a tender kiss, first hesitant, alive with fire. It stretched into eternity, washing away doubts. When they parted, Luisa smiled through tears. "I didn't know, but now I do." From that kiss, their love blossomed. They spent nights together, planning a future. Carolina launched an online gallery with Luisa's illustrations. The street, once just a road, became their haven. In quiet moments, lying in bed, they whispered of love, knowing they'd found each other amid life's chaos. Their story wasn't a fairy tale, but real life, with storms, tears, and kisses that changed everything.